Good evening, football fans. We have officially made it to our very first primetime face-off here on Three and Outs on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Ladies and gentlemen, this is me, your boy Larrabee, bringing to you here live on a beautiful Thursday afternoon, right before game time. We are officially 1 hour and 15 minutes away from game time. And I know y'all missed it so much, because I definitely did. Our very first Proud Time face-off of the season. So, with that said, things are going to be a little bit different this season, of course, as we will have actual winners judged by judges. Tonight we have one judge, B. Mo Flocka. Big ups to him. He's, of course, listening here on the YouTube stream. You can definitely check out this show here on the YouTube stream on IE Sports Radio on YouTube. You can check us out on our Periscope, which is on IE Sports Radio on Twitter. And you can check it out, of course, on our Facebook page on Facebook at IE Sports Radio. And while you're there, give us a like. We certainly like that. Of course, check us out and show us some love on Twitter as well. Give us a follow. Instagram, give us a follow. I wish we could stream this here as well. So, oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen, it's already begun. We have got our two combatants in here tonight, and it's gonna be a battle. So, one thing from last season I wanted to point out before we even get started, I don't know what it is about reading the comments on here from Facebook, so my apologies if I don't read your comments here on Facebook. I'll see what I can do, if I can just head over there and see. But with that said, I don't have any of the comments up there, but I do see the comments on the on the YouTube here as I start seeing some of these comments coming in. So big ups to everybody. Of course, just showing some love, man. Southside B Leagues, appreciate you, man, for tuning in. We appreciate you so very much. Josh Ritter, my boy, big ups to you, man. And of course, big ups here to our next up listeners. This Mo, man, up in the chat room. So big ups to everybody here, and thank you for tuning in and showing us love here tonight. We are ready, gentlemen. I'm ready to rock and roll. I know you're ready to rock and roll. What you all came here for tonight, let's bully. If you are on Twitter, go on over to the 3 and Out Twitter page. That is at 3 and Out, all spelled out. Let me just put that up there right now so y'all can get on over there and cast your vote, because, well, you're going to want to, of course, here tonight. Who is going to convince you? We shall see. Head on over to this link right here, or to this right here on Twitter at 3 and Out IESR. Scroll down, find the voting poll, and click who you think is going to win tonight's game. And then, of course, our judge tonight will figure out which of these two guys will win the debate and put it on for their team. So with that said, ladies and gentlemen, you already know how it goes. We have 3 different rounds. We have the X Factor round, the Fire round, and, of course, the Lightning round. Fire, talk about each other's team, talk about the weaknesses that you can expose. And, of course, the Lightning round, which is the game plan for each of these teams to use to beat the opposing team. So with that said, tonight, the very hopeful Dallas Cowboys with some key injuries will enter tonight's game versus the defending Super Bowl champions, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Here we go, y'all. It's about that time for Primetime Face-Off number 1 of the season, as we have here the Dallas Cowboys all set to take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. With that said, y'all, let's go ahead and introduce our combatants for the night as we get things going. I hope you're hyped, because I'm definitely hyped and ready to rock and roll. Let's do this, y'all. He is representing his Dallas Cowboys. Definitely a proud Cowboy fan. First time here on the show, and hopefully of many, many, many more. Ladies and gentlemen, welcoming, once again, representing that blue star, Mr. Joe. What's going on, Joe? How you doing here tonight, brother?
Hello. Y'all can hear me?
We can hear you just fine, man. How you feeling tonight, man?
I'm feeling really good. I think Cowboys are winning by 3. Greg's relying field goal to win it.
Man, you're already calling scores and everything, man. All right, and he's giving he's giving how they're gonna do it too. So I'm loving it, man. So good stuff there. All righty, now we're gonna move on into the home team. He is, of course, IE Sports Radio member. He is one half of Fast Break here on IE Sports Radio, talking all things basketball, and of course, absolute 1,000 million trillion bajillion percent Buccaneers fan. The man who has been true to his team since day one. The man ran professional track. I just have to throw it out there every single time. This dude is definitely all of what his Twitter handle says, because this man is definitely a dash. One of the fastest men you'll ever meet, in my opinion. Ladies and gentlemen, he is, of course, diehard Buccaneers fans. Welcoming Mr. Dentarius Locke. What's going on, brother? How you doing tonight, man?
How y'all doing, man? Everything is pretty good. I'm like super excited right now. Um,
It's gonna
big
be
season
fun.
coming up. Big season coming up.
Here we go. It's about that time. We're about to get this thing tonight, y'all. Big ups. Yeah, here we go. He's showing some love here in the chat room, so thank you so very much. Post your comments, let yourself be heard, and let's do it here tonight. So, with that said, let's get into tonight's battle, because it's going to be a good one. Gentlemen, there is somewhat of a time limit. We got to keep it within the hour, but we definitely, we want to go a little further, elaborate, have some fun. This is all going towards the judges' score. So it's our very, very first winner-loss primetime face-off. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. All right, so starting off with the away team, we are talking to Mr. Joe over here. And this is the X Factor round. So, Joe, give it to us, man. You're a Cowboy. You're a diehard. Tell us, man, who are your X Factors for tonight's game and why?
My X factors will be the interior offensive line with Connor McGovern, Tyler Biatis, and Connor Williams. I think they can hold their own because I trust that Tyron Smith and Al Collins can hold their own. I think if they can hold their own and take out Tampa's pass rush, which is the main part of their defense, and make it a battle of receiver versus secondary, I think we can score bunches of points on them, make it a shootout, and win the game.
Okay, so you mentioned Tyron Smith, absolute monster.
Mm-hmm.
Absolute monster. I mean,
Yeah, I trust them.
And well, the hard part for you guys, I feel like right now, Zach Martin, man. No Zach Martin.
Yeah.
You mentioned we talked about him. How important are those losses to you guys? I mean, of course, they're very important, duh. But I'm saying, I mean, it's a little bit of a blow for you guys tonight.
Well, that was huge because all the run plays go behind Martin. Zeke, he spoke earlier. He said all the run plays, he just follows Martin, and he pushes the D line, and that's a big loss. But I'm just hoping for one game that the backups can hold their own in this one.
All righty, well, let's see. Well, we got the X Factors from Joe. Let's get those X Factors from Dentarius. So, Mr. Locke, tell us all about it, man. Who are your X Factors for tonight and why?
I wish I could pick one person for the X factor for the defense, but I'm gonna have to say the cornerbacks, the defensive backs. Right now, I need Carson Davis to step up big time. That's the person that I'm really looking forward to. Um, Amari Cooper, CeeDee Lamb, as we know, Michael Gallup. That is a hell of a receiver core that you have in Dallas. And we're not gonna disrespect that. We know that that squad can be one of the greatest ever. So right now, we need to play buck ball, right? I need Carlton Davis to be able to stick on whatever receiver gets to that side. More so is gonna be Amari Cooper for the most part. So he's gonna be the biggest X factor that I need. Another factor is X factor is the offensive line. I mean, I'm not sure how many guys watched Hard Knocks football. I'm pretty sure you did, Bucks fan, Cowboys fan. Their plan the last episode is to get to Tom Brady. So if that's the case, then I need my offensive line to be able to protect him. If you can't protect him and they get pressure onto him, he's not going to be able to get to the Antonio Brown, the Mike Evans, the Chris Godwin, the Scotty Miller, these out Jalen Darden, these guys, Gronk, they're not going to be able to get to him if he has pressure. So I need my offensive line to be a very big X factor. Now, one way to do that is if we can run the ball effectively. So if with all the linebackers they got, the Michael Parsons, the Jalen Smith, what's Vanderbosch, the Jabril Cox. These linebackers, if you can run the ball and get to not so much rush so much, then we have a chance. But I need this offensive line to play as well as they play in the Super Bowl against Green Bay, against a team that we don't like, New Orleans. If we can do that, I think we'll be all right.
I gotta tell you, man, that offensive line is definitely one of my favorite offensive lines in the entire NFL, Mr. Locke. And the reason being is because 3 of those 5 big boys came from non-FBS schools.
So they're
That's
motivated.
I love it. I love it. You're talking about Mr. Hobart, okay, himself, okay. I'm such a fan of Ali Marpet because this man came from Division 3. I love this Division 3, and he's out there starting. He won a Super Bowl. That's what I'm talking about. I forgot the other 2 names. My deepest apologies, but there are 2 other young men on that team that came from from less than Division 1 single A schools, and that just makes me happy because I played for one of those myself, and I think that's great stuff. So definitely hungry. We have a comment here in the comments on YouTube from Mr. Josh Ritter. He says the interior D line for the Cowboys has to win. Brady's kryptonite is a pass rush in his face, and
Yes, we've seen that over time. The 2 games that he lost in the Super Bowl was to Spagnuolo, who had Justin Tucker, who had the Michael Strahan, who had the D line. And if you bring that pressure to Tom Brady, hell, even against the Bears, Khalil Mack was a monster. The only time that was given up a sack to our left tackle, Tristan Wirfs, was to the Bears. So if we can have our offensive line play very well, we have no issue. But we're not going to disrespect the Cowboys as if they don't have speedy linebackers. Michael Parsons can run a 4-3, a 4-4. Jalen Smith can give you a 4-4. Vanderbosch can give you a 4-4, 4-5. These linebackers are quick. So if we can hold them, and then you got DeMarcus Lawrence on the right side or the left, depending on where he marks at. So we need to be able to maintain them, not necessarily stop them, but slow them down. If we can do that, then we have a chance to have the game that we want.
I love that, and you're absolutely right. So, great stuff there, and I think Joe started off with that pass rush, and you just elaborated on it there, Mr. Locke, and then of course Josh saying it. So, absolutely, I feel that I can completely agree with these X factors. So, let's go ahead and jump on into the fire round here, round number 2, if you will, of the Primetime Face-Off, and this one's always a lot of fun because, well, you get to talk some crap. So, with that said, we'll once again start off with, so we were respectful in that first round. I like that. The second one, we can get a little disrespectful, and that's all right. So, starting things up here, we'll be talking once again to the away team, Mr. Joe. What are the weaknesses on the Buccaneers that, if you can find any, that the Cowboys can expose to win this game? Joe, what you got?
Well, to start off, I don't think the Buccaneers have much weaknesses, but I think the biggest one is their secondary. And we have like a top 3 receiving core. And so I think we can really take advantage of that, where we can have Amari Cooper have a big game, CeeDee Lamb, Michael Gallup, Blake Jarwin, who's coming off injury, even Zeke in the backfield. So yeah, I think that's definitely the biggest weakness. And if we can make this game a shootout, I think we really have a good chance.
Okay, so a little bit of something there, because trying to state some facts. So first things first, go ahead and address those weaknesses. Let us know what you think about those, Dentarius, and then of course your question: what are the weaknesses on the Cowboys that the Buccaneers can expose to win this game?
So me and you are going to be friends. You know why? Because we agree on the same weakness that my team has. I feel like Carlton Davis is a decent corner, but the reason why he looked so good during the preseason is because our front 7 looked hella great. So I agree with you. I feel like Sean Murphy-Bunting, Jamal Dean, Carlton Davis, if they're not that corner that can lock down one side like a Jalen Ramsey, like a Stephon Gilmore, like a Tre'Davious White, we need that guy. We don't have that, but we need that. So at some point, do we trade for one of those guys? Do we sign one? Do we draft one? We got to find that. So I agree with you. That is going to be the loophole. And I play FanDuel. So right now, I have a receiver for the Cowboys on my roster. because I know that at some point it may be a great game for us, but a receiver is going to eat. Now, the weakness for the Cowboys is the same position. Trayvon Diggs is a hell of a player, but Anthony Brown is not that guy. You move Keanu Neal to linebacker. So I feel like this is an opportunity for us to exploit the 3 or 4 receivers that we have. We have the Antonio Brown. We have the Mike Evans. We have the Chris Godwin. Chris Godwin is trying to get another contract, so he's super hungry right now. Antonio Brown is who he is. Let's not disrespect who Antonio Brown is. He can get you 11 to 1,500 yards any season. That's him. He can get you between 80 to 100 catches any season. That's who he is. We got the Mike Evans that can get you 1,000 every year. So we have the receivers, but do the corners have the receivers? I mean, have the corners to cover them? I think that's the biggest weakness. Another weakness that the Cowboys had was linebackers, but they covered that with Michael Parsons and Jalen Smith and Brandon Bosch. They're fine. I don't expect Giovanni Bernard, Ronald Jones, Leonard Fournette. I don't expect for them to have a good game. I expect for them to struggle because your linebackers are going to be there. But the outside, the Antonio Brown with the crisp routes that he runs, the Mike Evans with the deep over, I expect for them to eat the Chris Godwin. Those are the guys. And even in the safety range, we have O.J. Howard and Gronk. So your DBs is going to hurt you this game and moving forward. Now, clearly, the Bucs, we have so many future Hall of Famers, future guys that can do so much. You're not going to see this on every week. But we're talking about this week specifically. I feel like this is going to cause you problems for the corners and the DBs. Trayvon Diggs, I love Trayvon Diggs. Watching him and his kid during Hard Knocks, that speaks a lot. I feel like he's going to be one of the greatest corners. But it's just that, can he cover everybody? No, he can't. He covered one, you got 2 other guys to mess with. And I feel like that's going to hurt Dallas in this game.
I love it. Once again, great stuff going back and forth, gentlemen. So to end off that round, Joe, what about your thoughts on Dentarius? How about your weaknesses? Or the Cowboys' weaknesses? What do you think about that?
No, see, yeah, I agree with it for the most part. Our weakness in the secondary, the receivers are just, they're really good, probably the best in the league right now. But I think that our secondary with Trevon Diggs and Donovan Wilson and even our linebackers, Michael Parsons, I think they can generate more turnovers and make more plays than Tampa Bay secondary. And because Trevon Diggs is a turnover machine, Donovan Wilson, he made a lot of plays last year. Not a lot of people know his name, but he's really good. And I just think that we're going to be able to generate more turnovers and more plays than what Tampa will generate on defense.
Okay. Well, good stuff going back and forth, gentlemen. Not too bad. I liked it. A little exchange there. We actually had another comment here in the comment section. And this one is kind of funny. I think Dentarius will get a kick out of this one. And I really think, I don't know how Joe's going to react to this one, but I think he might agree. I don't know. But Josh Ritter in the comments says here, the Cowboys' weakness is Jerry Jones' ego.
I totally agree with that. I feel like right now, I've been saying it for years. Like, I feel like the Cowboys are a really good team. If you look at their whole roster, they have one of the better rosters. I'm not sure how many times you guys played Madden. This is a team that can play very well. But the problem is, Jerry Jones is trying to put his interests, what he feels, what he thinks, how he goes about things into this roster, what they should do. So if Jerry Jones can just be just a owner, they would be much better. Dallas should be a playoff team this year. Let's be honest. But Washington is not going to beat them. The Giants ain't going to beat them. The Eagles ain't going to beat them. They should be a playoff team. The only person that's getting in front of Dallas is Jerry Jones. And it's been like that since 2000, since Jimmy Johnson left.
No, yeah, I agree with that. I think the big problem with Jerry Jones is like he obviously wants all the spotlight, and that's why he won't hire like a real good coach. Like I don't even believe in Mike McCarthy really. I think he's good at talent building. Like he's in the 2010s we've had like the second most Pro Bowlers, so I think he's good at that. But in terms of picking coaches, like Nah, like he's gotta just sit back.
My thing is, how do you can pick the athletes, but you have to just let them play. Understand? Just let them play. Like Mike McCarthy isn't a bad coach, but he's not going to be the same coach when the guys helping him make decisions that he don't want to make. Zeke, this is how I see Dallas, and you tell me if you agree with me. I feel like the Dallas season runs through Zeke because if Zeke goes for 1,500, 1,600 yards, you guys are good. Dak is going to be Dak. Let's not think about the money that you paid him. But if Zeke
Mm.
if Zeke goes for 1,300 between 1,600 yards, you're winning 9 to 12 games. That's
Yeah, I
just
mean,
my
if Zeke
feel.
does
Like
that,
that,
So
yeah.
true.
Like it's
no,
not
we're gonna be a
Dak, it's
top team
Zeke.
for sure. Yeah, yeah.
Correct.
Uh-oh, we lost Joe there. Joe went dark there. I don't know what happened to Joe. You
Is
there?
it good
You there,
now?
brother?
Is it good now?
No, it looked like that camera done fell off, man.
Oh, really?
I don't know, man. It's kind of crazy. It's all. Maybe we'll get you back, brother. But with that said, we can still hear you. But let me see here. So let's go ahead and jump on now. I agree wholeheartedly with that. I hate to say that because, I feel like Jerry Jones did a lot of good for football. But at the same exact time, yeah, there's just been some questionable things there that have been so.
He
I mean, someone's
loves
got.
football. It's cool. It's okay to love football. But
Yeah.
I mean, you can't buy a championship right now. That's not how it works. You can't do that. Just let them coach and let them do what they do and just sit back and just fly your helicopter or do hard knocks and stuff like that.
It's so true, gentlemen. That's good stuff there, and absolutely, thank you for that, Josh, because you sparked a conversation here. So once again, jump in the comments. We are to the last question now of this primetime face-off. These two here, we have a respectful one tonight. I love it. I love it because Dentarius has actually been a part of a couple different kinds. Dentarius has been a part of the extremely respectful ones, like tonight. He has been a part of the chippy yet, yeah, we're cool. And Dentarius has also been a part of the straight up, this is getting nasty. We're going to war. I don't care. Having some words almost here on this primetime face off. So I'm loving it, and I'm definitely enjoying tonight. Of course, different little switch up, and we have all kinds of these different types of outcomes. So glad tonight we have a nice little toss up here. So let's go ahead and jump on here and talk about this final one. We already have a score prediction here from Taryn Rodriguez. So big up to
Ooh, I see.
Taryn. Taryn here in the comments, listening on Periscope, by the way. Taryn is already calling his final score, by the way, 35-7. Look at Joe's face. Ah! Joe said 35-17. Okay, well, Taryn has spoken in the comments. Hope you're having a great show. Thanks, man. Appreciate you, man. Beam. It says here, BMO Flocka. It says the judge. Great debate so far. So BMO listening tonight. Usually we're gonna have 3 judges every time, but this is a busy schedule for everybody today. So we have 1 judge tonight. But I got to say, we're also going to be listening to the audience tonight and seeing who they think. We actually have Mo here in the comments as well saying 27-24 Cowboys. Okay.
I kind of like that right there. I ain't gonna lie, I like that a little bit.
Josh Ritter in the comments popping in 37-20 Bucks. Oh my goodness, just lots of different. I'm loving it, gentlemen. So far, you're seeing what these listeners are thinking about at home right now, and this is definitely off to an amazing start.
I don't like that because that puts more pressure on my team. Anytime my team is favored, we lose for some reason.
I don't know, man. I hope tonight we'll see. That's what I want. Hey, no, take Mr. Locke. No, Dentarius, don't you play. Number one thing, last year, I mean, the Chiefs, yeah, but y'all done beat the brakes off the Chiefs last year, number
Okay.
one. And number 2 thing, in 2003, I hate your team, okay? I'm sorry.
That's old news.
I don't care.
It's almost 20 years ago. Even though I remember to be old. But yeah.
No, let me tell you something. Last year, it made me really angry because we played you guys again, and it was almost the same gosh damn score. You blew out the Raiders the same exact way y'all did in 2003 with completely different players and coaches and everything. That just made me mad. Anyway, with that said, gentlemen, let's go ahead and jump on into the lightning round here. Final round here of the Primetime Face-Off. Hopefully every one of you are enjoying this one here tonight. The lightning round, of course, where you guys talk about game plans. So I want you guys to get in depth. You guys have already started, but I want some depth, of course, of what you guys feel is really going down. What has to happen tonight? What does your team must do? And trust me, you can go on every level if you want to. Every single level, it does not matter. You can talk about all three levels of the ball on each side. What must your team do tonight to beat this team on the other sideline and, of course, across from them when they line up? This is going to be a battle tonight. So what must your team do to win this thing? So let's start things out. Actually, we got a couple comments before we start in the chat room here. So Josh Ritter says Locke knows what he's got. One heck of a team. Yeah, the Buccaneers right now are stacked. The Cowboys are a very good football team, but they just need to get things in gear. That's really. And then BMO Flocka, of course, jumping on in. He says Cowboys got a chance to win the debate, but they got I think he meant they not winning this game.
They got a chance, man. You got to
No,
kick the ball off, and the game got to hit double zeros. So it
yeah,
hasn't done yet.
that's for sure. So start us off, Joe. Once again, you can get detailed. I already know Dentarius is going to get very detailed for this. So Joe, what must your Cowboys do tonight to win this football game and go 1-0 for the start of the season?
Well, the number one thing that the Dallas Cowboys have to do is win the offensive and defensive line. I think if we can just do that, just protect Dak enough where he can get the ball to our receivers, top 3 in the league, into Tampa's secondary, I think we can just put hella points on them. Because Tampa's defense it's not going to be that good once you neutralize their pass rush. It's not the same. We saw it struggle last year when their pass rush struggled. And once the pass rush got hot, it's when it became like an elite defense. And then on the defensive line, everybody knows, get to Brady, you win the game. Brady can't handle any type of pressure. He's not mobile whatsoever. You saw him against the Rams, the Bears, the couple Super Bowls he lost. And then throughout his playoff run last year, he didn't really get pressured too much. And so if we can just get to Brady and protect Dak enough so we can get the ball to our playmakers, we will win this game.
Man, okay, that is a heck of a game plan. I think you have something for these men tonight that if they follow that formula, there's a good chance they can give this team quite the fight. Will they win? We don't know. Whatever Locke says, it's a possibility, yay or nay. Right now, it's a coin flip. The clock is 0-0-0 right now. But the records are 0-0, the scoreboard's 0-0, and the clock is going to be set at 15 minutes coming up in about, we're just
About 30, 40 minutes, yeah.
about 40 minutes away from this game. So, Dentarius, you heard all about Mr. Joe's game plan. First things first, you just heard this game plan right now. What is the game plan for the Cowboys to beat the Buccaneers? My apologies for not putting the banner up there, but this is what Joe just answered. Now, before we get on over to this, for the other side of this, talk to us real quick. We're going to do the same thing we did for the fire round here. So, Dentarius, what do you think of Joe's game plan? Do you think it'd be effective? What do you really think about what he says? Do you think, hey, he did pretty good, or no, you're delusional, Joe, stop it. That's not going to happen. Whatever you want to say. And then, of course, follow it with what is your game plan, Dentarius, for the Buccaneers to beat the Cowboys to win this game?
Well, the biggest thing is I hear him talking a lot about the receivers that Dallas have. Michael Gallup is probably the worst receiver that they have, and he's not that bad. So I already have questions about my corners. I mean, I feel like our corners need to play better. This is the game where we need to show that this is the game that everybody's watching. This is the game that needs to show that we're better than what we showed against Kansas City the first time when Tyreek had 200 yards the first week. So we need to show something totally different. They need to show that we don't need to play just zone. We need to show that we can play man. I want us to maintain CeeDee Lamb. I want us to maintain Amari Cooper. I want us to maintain Michael Gallup. If we can do that, then that crushes the game plan that he has. The game plan that I have that we need to do is to protect Tom Brady. Michael Parsons is not a guy that can't get to the quarterback. You got Jalen Smith, you got Vander Bosch, you got Michael Parsons, you got Jabril Cox, D-Law. You got all these guys that can get to the quarterback quick. We seen what happened when Tom Brady is not comfortable at home, like in the pocket. We seen that. He looks worse than the average quarterback. So if I can get our guys to protect him, then we're fine. Now, the way that you do that is I need Ronald Jones. I need Leonard Fournette. I need Giovanni Bernard. If he gets in the game, I need Keyshawn Vaughn to be effective running the ball. We need to get downfield so we can slow these linebackers down. Because right now, clearly, we've seen on Hard Knocks, and I'm pretty sure you guys are watching, a couple of coaches said we want to make sure that Tom Brady is not comfortable. How do you make a quarterback not comfortable? You blitz him. If you give a quarterback like Tom Brady's zone defense, he's going to destroy that. No question. I want us to make sure that he is not that. I want us to make sure he is comfortable and that Michael Parsons doesn't know where he's going next. That's the only way that we have a chance to do what I expect us to do. But it does start with us being effective running the ball. We can be effective running the ball, then we're fine. Because they have a pretty solid defense moving forward. But the biggest thing is they got the speedy linebackers that can bring defense. If you think about it, they have a defense like the Bucks. They can come at you. Aaron Rodgers was confused when we played against them in the NFC Championship. We need to make sure that after we seen that, we use that same idea that we had against the Packers that the Cowboys are going to use against us. We can do that. We're going to be fine. But now that's the reason why. See that? See, I'm outside it. That's the reason why we need to make sure that Antonio Brown is ready to go. Because I feel like even Giovanni Bernard or Antonio Brown, they're going to eat this game.
I'm loving it, man. Lots and lots of great facts here, gentlemen. You guys have done great tonight. Josh Ritter, of course, chimed in with a few different comments. He says, top 3 wide receivers? I don't know about that. Of course. And Josh Ritter also says, yep, if Tom Brady doesn't get hit in the first quarter, it's a wrap. That is saying a lot. So I got some Cowboy fans in the background. I can hear that right now. Somebody's saying something about the Cowboys. That was pretty cool. I know I'll put you guys aside. But ladies and gentlemen, this has been a fun one. So to wrap it up, Joe, what do you think about Dentarius's game plan, man? What do you think? He's pretty solid, or is he delusional? What do you think, man? What do you think?
I think he's saying he wants them to play man. I really hope they do play man, because the only team where they played man and it worked was the Saints in the playoffs when it was just an injured Michael Thomas. If you're gonna go play man on man with us, and you have to guard Cooper, Lamb, and Gallup, they're not gonna be able to handle that, and we're gonna be able to take advantage of that all day. And then in terms of running the ball, I really don't think they're gonna be able to run the ball effectively, because we got an underrated signing, Brent Urban. He was one of the best run stoppers last year, according to PFF. Micah Parsons, he can stop the run. Leighton Vander Esch. Marcus Lawrence always been one of the best run stoppers. Keanu O'Neal, etc. So yeah, I just hope they play man, because I'll love it.
All right, well, there you have it. Ladies and gentlemen, can we get a hand clap? That was awesome. Can we give these guys some
I like that.
That was pretty nice. I'm loving how you guys went back and forth. Very respectful primetime face-off to start off the season. Really cool. Like I said, sometimes they get real chippy. Sometimes they're neutral. Sometimes they're just super respectful, and they're just paying each other respect. I'm loving it. Ladies and gentlemen, the time has come. Who do you think won this primetime face-off? You already put in the scores of who you think is going to win this thing. Now put in the chat room who you thought won that primetime face-off and why, if you want to. But man, that was awesome. Josh Ritter, by the way, I guess repping his team. He's a Fins fan. So we put Fins up, of course. So big ups to him. We got a Dolphins fan in the house. We got fans from all over the place, gentlemen. This is just such a football show from all kinds from all areas. So once again, put who you thought won this debate in the chat room and let us know what you thought. That was definitely a fun one. And gentlemen, I'm just so glad to have both of you guys on tonight's show. Make sure to go up right here at 3 and Out IESR. Once again, at 3 and Out IESR. Give us a follow while you're there. We'll give you a follow back. And scroll down. Get your votes in for who you thought won this primetime face-off. Who do you think is going to win tonight's game? And then, of course, primetime face-off is coming up next. So here we go. We got a couple of votes here. We got, of course, Josh Ritter is taking Dentarius Locke to have won this thing. We got Mo in the chat room saying the Joe Dude won. Okay, let's see, y'all. So the judge is getting ready to tally up who he thought really won this thing. I want to get over to the actual, to the scoreboard itself for the game. So I'm over here on Twitter right now. Thank you to everybody who cast their vote for tonight's game. 19 of you voted tonight, so really appreciate you guys so much for being a part of this and for showing love and for getting your votes in. And I think it's about that time for those for that percentage.
I wish votes actually decided who won the game.
Wait, what was that?
I said I wish votes decided who actually won the games because I done lost a couple votes in the past. I done won some votes and I lost.
No,
my team lost anyway.
Joe, it's for real. That's what we got to judge now because there's been times, Joe, that Dentarius knows. There have been times where the debate has been completely like on the side of the team who killed, but then the team who wins it. So it's kind of funny. The team who actually wins the debate is this really who they thought was going to win this thing. So I'm glad we're keeping wins now, and it's so sometimes it's just crazy. I don't know, but with that said, LOL. Thanks, Mo, for being here today, and for everybody for being here
Appreciate all of it. Appreciate all of it.
We appreciate you guys so very much. So the votes are in, ladies and gentlemen. We have here. Oh, this is fun. This is fun. So thank you to everybody who voted. I know we're going to end a little prematurely for the votes for the picks for who won the game, but the votes are in for who you think is going to win this game here tonight. And here we go with 68%. You, the listeners, are taking the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to win this game tonight. So big ups to all the listeners who are taking the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. 19 votes tonight. So appreciate everybody who voted here tonight in this game. But there's one more thing to decide, and that, of course, is the debate itself. Who is it? So we already know that 68% of you are taking the Buccaneers. That's a pretty good little margin. 32% of you took the Cowboys. We're going to see who you guys think. Of course.
No chance, but they might win. I'll be pissed they win.
We're going to see how this thing goes. So once again, thank you to everybody who voted on the Twitter poll. We appreciate you so much. And let's roll on over here to the winner of the debate. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of Primetime Face-Off number 1 of the season, the first person to be able to put a 1-0, a 1 in the win column for Primetime Face-Offs, and this is going to go for eternity as long as this show is around. And for the loser tonight, you can come back and definitely earn some victories. Do your best. For the winner, well, you gotta keep it going. You gotta keep getting those wins, of course, for Primetime Face-Offs. It's going to be fun moving forward. So without further ado, the judge has spoken. And it's kind of cool because out of the 3 votes here tonight, it's pretty cool. We got a vote for Locke already. We got a vote for Joe. So that third vote tonight to break that tie, if you will, if you want to call it that way. BMO was going to call it the entire time anyway. But coming from a Ravens fan, by the way, BMO Flocka is taking Dentarius Locke to win his very first primetime face-off. Gentlemen, That was fun. Joe, you brought it, brother. Joe, that was your first time doing this. Dentarius has been a part of this thing for a long time. He's been doing these debates. He knows what to say, knows where to go, and he just really, brought the thunder tonight. Joe, you did great, man. You really brought some good facts. You brought some good stuff that I really thought was awesome, and I'm definitely excited that you were able to participate tonight. Mo, not too happy in the chat room, says, "Bruh, my bad, man."
Shout out to Mo, man.
Big shout out to Mo. He's excited, man. I'm really excited to have him a part tonight. And he says, "Good game, Locke." So hey, good game to you, Locke. So with that said, let's talk to our winner real fast, Dentarius. Number one, how do you feel about the winner of the percentage? What do you feel about the percentage? And of course, how you feel about getting your first victory tonight, man?
Man, I definitely appreciate it. But it doesn't matter if we don't win tonight. I know we all know football here. We love sports, so I think a lot of us as fans, we can spit a lot of knowledge of what we think is gonna happen. But I just want us to win, man. That's my deal. I've been down. I always been saying I've been down since '76, which is when the franchise started. Even though I was born in '89, but I just, I just want us to win, man. That's just me. Um, if we can get this dub, I'll be super happy. Hopefully, they use what I've been saying to get us there. But the biggest thing is, honestly, to protect Brady. And if we do that, I think we'll be fine. But this is a long season ahead. This is only week one, and we all know we're excited to see football back, man. I mean, we love basketball, we love baseball, we even love track, we love soccer and other sports. But but football is the sport that everybody stops to watch. I'm pretty sure damn near everybody in the world in the country right now is gonna watch this game tonight. So it's great to feel that win. I appreciate it, but only way this win feels good is if we win tonight. That's it. And clearly, until the clock hits zero and we're up, this is not a win.
I completely agree. We got some chat going on here. Of course, BMO Flocka. It was mad close. Joe, you did great for real. Of course.
Oh yeah, very good. Yeah.
Absolutely, man. You held your own versus Locke, man. Mo puts good game, Locke, and then BMO, big congrats to Locke. So, Joe, comments, man. How was your very first primetime face-off? Man, are you coming back? We definitely want you back, man. I think you can defend these Cowboys strong coming up in the during the season. What did you think, man? And just closing thoughts on tonight's game.
Yeah, I thought that was fun. It was a good time. I mean, personally, I thought I won the debate, but I guess not. But no, I'll definitely come back. Next time is against the Eagles. That should be an easy win. So I'll go back to 1-1.
I love it. Hey, he's already calling out them Eagles, Locke. You hear him, man. Well, you might be taking on our Philly show, sports show here, Philly Sports Talk, and we could even do teams. Tonight, there was only just one of you. This year, we're introducing teams. So, next time, bring a friend because we can have a 2-on-2. Let's get them down. It's going to be fun. Super Bowl, we always do like 4. So it's fun. Dentarius has been a part of those. So, ladies and gentlemen, that has been a lot of fun. We just want to say, once again, thank you all so very much for listening tonight and for being a part of tonight's show, for jumping in the chat room and just for being a part of this. We couldn't appreciate you more. And this is always the ender here, and this is a great way to end it off. The home team, of course, the away team going first. Joe, where can all these diehard Cowboys fans find you, brother? Where can all these fans find you? Add you on Twitter. If you have a podcast, if you do any articles, whatever you may do, man, where can all these diehard fans find you?
Honestly, I don't be even on social media like that. So just find me back here week 3.
Awesome, man. And Mr. Locke, of course, brother, where can all these diehard Buccaneers fans find you on Twitter and everywhere else, man?
With the real diehard Bucks fans, though, they can find me with the Black Dash 813. You know what the 813 stand for. That's always been the same. For the Bucks, for the Rays, for the Lightning, whoever else up in the city. So, but Black Dash 813, that's me. I got a YouTube channel that I got going on right now. I basically discovered Chris Godwin before anybody else knew about who he was. Look up Dentarius Locke on YouTube. Check it out. And I'll see y'all again probably in a week or two. I know we got the Patriots, I think, week 4. Then we got Rams week 3, something like that. So It's gonna be hella crazy this season. But I'm just happy that we back, man. That's it.
Sorry about that. I don't know why I was muted. My apologies, you guys. That's a blip on me. Just getting back to things. But we have these right here. I hope we have these right. Of course. That's at Dak_Daddy4 and at Black-813. Are those looking good, gentlemen? All right, well, we got them then. I guess we're good. So,
Yeah.
gentlemen, that was a lot of fun. Of course, you can follow our judge tonight. Follow me on Twitter at BFlocka5. Once again, BFlocka at BFlocka5 for BFlocka. He'll be joining in this year with his Ravens. That's going to be fun. So, with that said, gentlemen, we appreciate y'all so very much. Thank you so much for being on tonight's show. And, hey, look forward to having you both back very soon. Y'all take care and God bless.
All right, you too. Thank you.
Take care, guys. All righty. Well, that's going to do it. Locke, brother, you're still here, man. Uh-oh. I wanted to keep you here for this last part, man. Are you muted? Are you muted? Did you mute?
Hold
Uh-oh.
on. I
Oh,
definitely
there.
can hear you. I definitely can hear you.
Oh, there we go, brother. All right, well, I just got to tell you, man, my final weigh-in on this game is very simple. Of course, this is the final
Oh
weigh-in.
shit.
So I want to throw this out there real quick, you guys. Overall, this is going to be one heck of a football game. We know exactly how it's going to go. If each of these game plans are followed to the T, we're going to have a good game, and that's how it goes. Overall, quick and dirty, we have an offensive line that is extremely solid for the Buccaneers. We have an offensive line who is in pain right now for the Dallas Cowboys. We have receivers on both sides who can make things happen. We have two secondaries that are lacking a little bit. We have two linebacker cores that are pretty solid. And overall, man, some running backs that can get the job done. One legend at quarterback, one possible legend, up-and-coming legend at quarterback, two coaches that are pretty solid. I feel right now this game is going to be a good one. But at the end of the day, there's really nowhere else I
It's
can
gonna be
put.
good regardless, but my thing is like I feel like it's gonna be what team has been together a little bit longer, and the fact that Dak hasn't played since last year, early last year. So I think that's where we get the advantage. But I mean, we've seen team win Super Bowls and struggle next week. Dallas, bro, if you think about it, Dallas don't have a bad roster. Like their roster is solid. They got a good ass fucking roster. So like if they if they play like you expect, like they got the receivers, they got the linebackers, they got the ends, they got the offensive line, they got the running backs. So Greg Zerline is a kicker, and we know even in LA or with the Rams, he was a solid kicker.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like this game is gonna be pretty tight. I'm already nervous about it, but because my quest is supposed to go 17-0. That's just me, being a fan.
Of
But
course.
we'll see what happens, man. Like I just feel like this game is gonna be closer than what people think. If I had to pick a final score, I probably would say maybe 38-24 because I feel like with three receivers, one of our corners is gonna slip up. Don't forget they got Schultz and they got that other tight end over there. So they got guys on offense that if they need to score, they can. The only thing with Dallas is Dak has not played that much he hasn't practiced that much. He hasn't played since the Giants game, so that might hurt them. But it's only week one. I think we straight, bro. To be honest.
I agree. So my final pick, y'all, is going to be very simple here. I am taking the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to win this game. I do feel that Tampa Bay is just the better team in this one. It should be a good game for the first half. The second half might get a little sloppy. Well, not sloppy. Might get a little ugly just because I feel like Tampa Bay is going to be – they're going to come out and really just turn things up after their adjustments. I'm going to go final score in this game. Final score, I'm going to go – there's going to be more offense than I would like because both these defenses are strong, but we both mentioned that both those secondaries aren't the strongest. So my final score in this game is going to be 38-21. Reason being is because I feel like the Cowboys will get their licks. But right now, man, the Buccaneers are strong. They're strong, and they're going to be a strong football team all year long. And as of right now, I just feel like this is gonna be where their game where they're gonna make this thing happen. So with that said, big ups. Dentarius just took off. So big ups to Dentarius. Big ups to Mr. Joe. And well, that is going to do it for tonight's show. So with that said, y'all, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your evenings. And well, that is going to do it for tonight, y'all. With that said, I hope you have. Well, we have a jump in here real quick. We're just gonna say our goodbyes real fast. But what's going on, Locke? Glad to have you back real quick. So with that said, we're going to end it here tonight. Guys, want to make sure we had Locke on here when we ended up. That's going to do it for tonight. We got Tampa Bay doing their thing. We got Dentarius Locke winning his first ever primetime face-off. 68% of you are taking the Buccaneers, and it's going to be a good game tonight. We got both of our final scores, all of our final scores, including Joe's, all of you guys in the comments, in the chat room. We appreciate y'all so very much. That's going to do it for tonight's show. With that said, we will see you coming up on Sunday for the Sunday Night Football Primetime Face-Off right here on IE Sports Radio on 3 and Out, right here on IE Sports Radio. That is your direct feed for all that is sports. We'll see you next week. Until then, take care. And as always, God bless.
Deuces.
And that is